Hey, it's 7 grains of salt. The truth will come out in the end. For all that is secret will eventually be brought into the open, and everything that is concealed will be brought to light and made known to all. Yep, yet another church is in the spotlight. Well, this time, Bethel. What did they do? They made this statement: God loves all people, LGBTQ and straight, and the message of change has never been all must change. Really? They continue to say, we share these stories specifically for Christians who are unfulfilled and identifying as LGBTQ. For those of you who feel fulfilled and happy as you are, well, we love you. Wow. Well, Pastor John Burton happened to notice Bill Johnson's statement, or his church's, and wrote to them asking for clarification on the statement for him and everyone else who read this statement. And all that they gave back was this one simple sentence: we believe you can fully love someone who you disagree with, and Jesus modeled this for us well. Oh boy, Mr. Johnson, being politically correct does not make you correct. We need to preach the word, even when sometimes it stings or it hurts. We need to preach it. I'm not a preacher. And it says God loves everyone. Absolutely, we're to love everyone. But then when we come to Christ, we're repenting and we're turning from our sinful ways. God slowly starts to show us the sinful ways that we're living in. Sometimes it might not happen overnight. It might take weeks, months, but it's still, you need to change and start being more like Christ, like Jesus. That's how we're supposed to be. Even Martin Luther said a religion that gives nothing, costs nothing, and suffers nothing, and is worth nothing. We're to follow him, follow in his footsteps. He lived without sin. We're incapable of that. Basic instructions before leaving earth is what what God gave us. And that's where we find the 10 Commandments and many other great things in the Word. And that brings us to the truth, and the truth will set you free. It'll set you free from even being a homosexual or having an addiction, whether it be cigarettes or something else. But can you handle the truth? Let's go a little deeper. Because once you get saved, you start attending church. You get involved. You start loving everyone's there. But it becomes a social club, a Christian social club. You go out for coffee after church. It's a fun thing you do on Sundays, and that's what it started to be like for many people, especially around the circles I was in. Well, but are you really listening to the word? Is it been watered down? Are they teaching the truth? Or are they skipping over those verses that are too hard for some people? Well, some people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed. They don't want to leave the church. When is it time to leave a church? Well, I'm not here to tell you that. That's between you and God and the church. But I'll tell you, when I started researching symbolism, I asked God for wisdom because I was seeing it all around me, and I was starting to not understand what was in front of me. And I didn't want to be fooled by Satan. I asked God for wisdom because I was seeing all of this and more everywhere. And it says if you ask for wisdom, he will give it generously. But these are some hard things to take in. Why is that? Because I used to attend Hillsong, as if you've listened to my Hillsong video. But then when I researched symbolism, I had to leave. I couldn't listen. I didn't even want to listen to their songs anymore. Because I don't want to be deceived by whatever is going on in Hillsong is corrupt. I don't know if it's in the music or if it's in the church. I don't know, and until it's cleared up, I will not have anything to do with it. But all I heard was rebuke. Oh, don't judge. And even as a kid, you're told, don't say anything if you can't say anything nice, right? and don't judge the called by God, is what I heard. Well, if I'm not going to bring out the truth, then who is? Because they have not repented from their yoga. They have not repented from all the horrific pictures I saw of Miss Houston. I don't know, but they are a big church, and if they're going to fall into this, they need to come out and say that we did wrong and we're now going in this other direction. But they haven't done that. Even Lentz has spoken to Oprah and said that, I believe God loves people, and that's as far as they got. They even allowed a gay couple to sing in their worship. And then I was looking at their 2020 promo, and it says, how gladly would we hail a gust from the breezy down. What? Well, I'm not here to talk about Hillsong, but something's not right there. And if our elders, that's the reason they're in place, is to keep pastors accountable and even keep other people accountable. But it's even told that we're supposed to keep ourselves accountable before somebody even comes and says that, hey, you've done wrong. And if we're not talking about the truth about these pastors, then who will? And that's why we're here, many of us, to expose them. Many people have tried to tell us the truth about Mr. Johnson, about his grave sucking. If you don't know what that is, it's just laying on a grave and hoping that you'll get wisdom or some kind of whatever from the person who was buried there. How evil and demonic is that? And yes, they are connected to Hillsong. He preaches at their conferences this year and next year. Mr. Johnson also wrote that God is in charge, but he is not in control. Wow. He has left us in control. Well, yes, in a matter of speaking, we are in control of ourselves. But God is in control of all things. He can change all things if we turn to him. They're connected to Hillsong, and all I can say is Mr. Johnson and his church has treaded on dangerous waters with destiny cards and many other things. But don't kill the messenger. I'm just here to show you what I found. All I'm saying is don't follow anyone blindly. Really. Seek the truth. What is the truth? And when you're sitting in church, investigate what the pastor's saying and listen. And go deeper. Go into things that maybe other people have said, but try to prove them wrong. You need to know what is the truth and what is not. And churches need to be transparent as well. They should have a mission statement, and they should be showing where their budget is being spent. I don't see that in a lot of churches anymore. But God will guide us all the way to the end. So stay strong and stay close to Christ. We have to trust in his timing and his promises, because we know he's a good father, and he'll never leave us or forsake us all the way to the end. Well, I saw that story and I just had to share that. God bless and stay vigilant.